Hello, this is Kevin, and this is my first internet review of one of my favorite products. I received this yesterday, and I've been using it. I've used it for about 6 hours now. So this is my review of the DOS Keyboard Ultimate Edition. So here you go. So here it is on my desktop. As you can see, this is the Ultimate Edition, so it has no markings on the keys, something that I was quite concerned about, wasn't sure if I was going to like it or not, and as it turns out, if you're a pretty decent typist, you don't notice it at all. A little bit of confusion sometimes, but I mean, trial and error and you get over it. It's not a big deal. As you can see, this edition has a high gloss finish to it, and it's very shiny. Unfortunately, that means that dust and fingerprints show up on it quite well. However, thankfully, they included a little microfiber dust cloth, which I can't seem to find at the moment, to wipe it down, which is also nice because you can wipe down other things like the base or face of your shiny monitors or other computer equipment. The keystrokes are quite clicky and fantastic. I was initially a little bit annoyed at the loudness of them, but you get used to it after a while, and now I actually find it to be kind of therapeutic and soothing, reminiscent of old keyboards like the IBM Selectrics or old electronic typewriters, things like that, which are, I've always been my favorite. And anyway, it's great. I love it. Great tactile response. The keys bounce back just remarkably fast. After I used this for about 20 minutes yesterday, and then I went back to my old Logitech membrane-based switches, and it felt sloppy and sluggish, and my typing was noticeably slower and less accurate than with this one. So it's totally worth it. I've been thinking about buying this keyboard for several months now. It's a lot of money to spend on a keyboard. It's $130. However, it does come with some nice amenities. They take into account that it's going to be sitting on a desk, so they give it an extra long cable which has no problem reaching around the corner of the desk and down to the back of the tower, which sits on the floor. So that's kind of nice. Also, this edition has a USB port, or two USB ports on the side, one here and one that this flash drive is plugged into. They're kind of close together. I wish that they had spaced them about another 3/8 of an inch apart so that you could get two of the wider flash drives like this one in there at the same time. But that's really a kind of a nitpicky complaint. Everything else about it is fantastic. The indicator lights are up here just above the number pad, and so caps lock and number lock, and there's a scroll lock in there somewhere, but who really uses scroll lock except for crazy mad Excel people? The LEDs are not too bright, which is really nice. So my speakers over here, that LED lights up the room at night. These aren't quite so harsh and are a lot more comfortable, but easy to read and easy to notice at the same time. And I also like that when you turn them, when they're turned off, you don't notice that there's a light there. They're hidden behind the gloss, so you only see it when they're on. There's not an indicator that you can readily note that is missing, which I think is kind of cool. Just a nice polished design look. So overall, is it worth $130? In my opinion, yes, but I spend about 8 to 10 hours typing on the keyboard every day, so take that into account. Casual users, probably not the best thing, and it definitely annoys my wife that there's no markings on my keys. But it's one other way to get people who maybe you don't want using your customized desk space. Keeps them from messing stuff up, because hey, if they can't type from memory, then they can't use the keyboard. Anyhow, I hope this has been helpful to someone. DOS Keyboard, 2 thumbs up. Definitely worth the investment. It's a quality piece of machine. It's a keyboard that weighs 4 pounds. How could it? It's solid. It's built to last. It's not a flimsy $5 keyboard that was bought as an afterthought. Input devices, in my opinion, are like high performance footwear when you're backpacking or running or something like that. If you think about it, you spend a lot more time using your keyboard than you do your CD drive, and a lot of people put more thought into buying their CD drive than they do their keyboard. So definitely worth it if you spend the time on the computer. $130. It's totally worth it.